Is Iraq becoming the next big investment hotspot? Or is it all just smoke and mirrors? In recent years, we've heard some massive numbers being thrown around. Over $100 billion in foreign investment pledged in just 2 years. After decades of turmoil, it seems like the world is finally betting big on Iraq's comeback. But if you dig just a little deeper, a much more complicated picture emerges. So today, we're going to cut through the headlines, look at the real data, and answer the big question. Is foreign investment in Iraq actually growing, or is something else going on? Let's start with the good news, because on the surface, things look incredibly promising. Iraqi officials have proudly announced commitments exceeding $100 billion between 2023 and 2025. We're seeing major international energy giants signing deals to develop Iraq-SCH vast oil and gas reserves. The government, through its National Investment Commission, is also talking a big game, promising to slash red tape, speed up licensing, and make the country more attractive to global capital. When you hear figures like $87 billion in recent foreign investment, with $64 billion of that being purely foreign money, it's easy to get excited. It paints a picture of a nation on the rise, a phoenix emerging from the ashes, ready to rebuild and reclaim its place on the world stage. But hold on, because that's only half the story. Now, let's flip the coin and look at the other side, where things get a bit more concerning. While the headlines shout about billions flowing asterisk in asterisk, data from the United Nations tells a startlingly different story. In 2023, Iraq actually recorded a negative asterisk net foreign direct investment of over $5 billion. Let me repeat that. More money left the country than came in. On top of that, reports for 2024 show that foreign holdings worth over $7 billion have exited Iraq. This suggests a massive gap between flashy announcements and what's actually happening on the ground. A pledge is just a promise. It's not cash in the bank. So while huge deals are being signed, it seems that realized long-term investment is proving much harder to secure. It's like getting 100 RSVPs for a party, but only a handful of people actually show up. So where is the investment that asterisk is asterisk happening actually going? Unsurprisingly, it's heavily concentrated in the oil and gas sector. This has been Iraq's economic lifeline for decades, and it's what international firms know best. But this creates two major problems. First, it reinforces the country's dependence on a single, volatile commodity. When oil prices are high, everything looks great, but when they crash, so does the economy. True economic health comes from diversification, and we aren't seeing nearly enough investment in other crucial areas like agriculture, manufacturing, or tourism. Second, these massive energy projects, while valuable, are long-term, high-risk ventures. They are vulnerable to global price swings and, critically, to the security situation on the ground. Which brings us to the elephant in the room. Despite all the positive talk, Iraq still faces enormous structural challenges that scare away many potential investors. Let's be blunt. Security remains a major concern. Regional instability and internal conflicts can derail projects overnight. Then there's the bureaucracy and corruption. Iraq ranks 140th out of 180 countries on the 2024 Corruption Perception Index. That's not a number that inspires confidence. Imagine trying to start a business where it can take 3 months just to get a license, and you have to navigate a maze of different ministries, each with its own rules and potential for complications. Finally, there are the massive infrastructure gaps. Decades of underinvestment mean the country needs tens of billions of dollars just to rebuild basic roads, power grids, and housing. Investors see this and know that their own projects could be hampered by an unreliable power supply or poor transportation links. These aren't small hurdles. They are fundamental barriers to creating a truly thriving investment climate. So, putting it all together, is investment at Iraq growing or falling? The answer is both, and that's what makes this story so fascinating. Yes! In terms of headline-grabbing announcements and high-level commitments, especially in the energy sector, interest is definitely growing. The sheer scale of the numbers being discussed shows that the world sees Iraq's potential. But no, when you look at the net flow of actual capital and the severe lack of diversification, the growth story becomes much weaker and more fragile. There's a huge difference between a signed memorandum of understanding and a fully operational factory creating local jobs. Iraq is caught in a state of potential without full realization. The opportunities are immense, but so are the risks. For investors, this means that while the potential for high returns exists, it requires deep due diligence, strong local partnerships, and a stomach for volatility. It's not a market for the faint of heart. So, what should we watch for to see if Iraq can turn its potential into reality? First, look for money flowing into non-oil sectors. When you start seeing significant foreign investment in manufacturing, technology, or agriculture, you'll know that real diversification is happening. Second, watch to see if those big headline-grabbing projects actually break ground and get completed. Are they moving from paper pledges to concrete and steel? Third, keep an eye on improvements in the business environment. Are licensing times getting shorter? Are anti-corruption measures having a real impact? And finally, of course, the security situation. Lasting stability is the bedrock upon which any economic recovery must be built. Real progress will be measured not just by the billions pledged by foreign companies, but by the number of real jobs created for Iraqis and the transfer of skills and technology that helps the local economy grow from the ground up. In conclusion, Iraq's investment story is one of incredible promise, shadowed by persistent problems. The $100 billion headlines are a testament to the nation's vast potential, but the negative net investment flows and deep-seated structural issues are a stark reminder of the long road ahead. The growth is real, but it's lopsided and conditional. If Iraq can maintain its reform momentum, stabilize the country, and create a truly transparent and efficient business environment, it could unleash an economic boom. But until then, it remains a high-stakes gambler story of fragile growth, where the next chapter has yet to be written. Thank you so much for watching. What are your thoughts on Iraq's economic future? Let me know down in the comments. And if you found this analysis interesting, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the global economy. See you in the next one!